So every few weeks I have a thing where like I have multiple things lined up and I have extra money, and that's when I spend money for preps. And I feel like a drunken sailor because I've just spent like $300 in not very long. But I got weed and gas and shit with that too, and bought lunch, and yeah, it was a whole thing. But I ordered my Sig Red Dot. And got a bunch of other stuff. I ordered a fucking Cobra hood and some ghillie material to start working on that shit. There'll be a whole project on here. I bought some DVDs. I keep buying handfuls of DVDs and stuff. I figure that's a prep because ultimately, end of the world, portable DVD player, DVDs. That's, gonna be worth its weight in gold, I would think. If you have power and it's not fried. But as such, I think having a fucking good wallet of DVDs that you like is probably a good idea. I had none, so I keep adding to that slowly. I got a fucking warning. It's not even a channel strike yet. They removed a video. I talked about that in the last thing. Told people to go follow my other channel. It's Anthropology Nut. I'll use it to direct people or whatever to wherever I end up if they fucking kill this thing eventually. But I'm gonna start building lifeboats. I haven't needed one up till now. This is the first time I've ever had anything on my videos. Let that sink in. And all the fucking shit I've said over the last couple of years. Not even a fucking warning. I occasionally get a thing saying, hey, this has copyrighted material in it for the fucking like music at the start. But it's never a fucking like copyright strike. It's a, hey, they might want to put ads on this video. Is that cool? If you're not cool with that, you might delete it. And like, if you ever see an ad on this channel, it's because the video had music in it and the people wanted ads. I don't have ads. I don't even know if they do that or not. Like, it let me know. Do you see ads on my shit if there's music at the start? I try to keep it short. I think as long as I keep it short and it's something kind of obscure off of YouTube or just something on the radio in the car, they're not gonna fuck with me. I hope. Like, our world is ridiculous. If I lose this channel, there's so much has gone into making videos on this, like, well, seriously, like 10 years ago, all the way up to, like, there's some videos that I've done just talking here with the fan that I like. It's gonna be a shame if all that shit gets wiped out. If someone out there has the capability to back up a bunch of shit off of YouTube, I'd be grateful. I don't know how to do that shit. I don't have the storage capacity. Anyway, I got better weed. This is Cartel. This is... there's some argument as to what the best shit is, right? But in my opinion, this is about as good as it gets. Nowadays, anyway. This actually used to be quite a bit better. When these were... when Dakota and I were smoking these, we were buying these 6 for $100 somewhere in Broken Arrow. And I was picking through all the carts that they had, and they had a giant bin. And I was getting us all shit that was 98, 99% THC. Or 98, 99% cannabinoids, at least. Which, most of which was THC. This shit is only like 86 or something like that. I'm not. Threw the box away. I think if I had it here with the old shit, I would be able to tell the difference like a motherfucker. However, compared to the real shit crap I've been smoking for the last 2 months, this stuff is amazing. I'm thinking I'm just gonna go to where I only buy a couple of these and I only get high occasionally. I really do like getting high all the fucking time. And be like, oh, how do you function like that? You manage. Oh. You know, I don't ever do anything too difficult. That's one thing. That's like a key to life right there, boys. It's not entirely. You should try to do difficult things, but like, if you're trying to do difficult things in the hardest way possible, you'll never get anything done. That's some wisdom right there. I try to do very, very difficult things, and I usually go about it in some sort of way that seems ridiculous to normal people. Because that's how you work miracles. That's how you get the reputation of a miracle worker. Sonny Jim. Lost the accent there at the end. Had to remember what fucking Captain Kirk's name was. Oh, aye, Scotty. That Scottish accent is to Scottish accents as like blackface is to black people. And what's funny is, he is part Scottish. If I remember right. He's not entirely Scottish, but it was either that he was not Scottish at all, or he was part Scottish and doing that ridiculous accent still. I don't know which is worse. Kossoff would know. Tell us in the comments, Kossoff. Kossoff knows everything about Scotland. Not really. Just he and I are both like Scottish weirdos, so we get along. That's why I mention him so much on here. To be honest, I like that the internet has given us the capability to find the group of 3 other people that are like us. You know, to be honest, I kind of feel like the difference between a lot of us and Ted Kaczynski is that we have the internet to talk to other people that are seeing the same shit. What if you thought you were the only one seeing all of this conspiracy bullshit? Imagine that shit. Imagine what that motherfucker thought. It's kind of no wonder he was out of his fucking gourd. What's sad is I think if you look at what he was worried about and what his conspiracy was, it is coming to pass before our very fucking eyes. I always kind of played it off as, yeah, whatever. But, I think we're in for some rough times. We're in the part of Star Trek where there are, like, genetic augments in world wars. I don't know if we survive this. This was always one of those big things, like, in our Star Trek-like future, it was always on the other side of hell. And I think that's the reality of this. They're building some sort of a fucking Star Trek-like future for whoever fucking survives. Some of this is just flat out resources and mismanagement and shit, and some of it is like complex geopolitics that, like, if we would just stop fucking with some people, then everything would go back to normal. I hate to think that I have hate speech on here. I kind of think that, like, some hate speech is okay. Maybe that's just me. Like, I guess it depends on what you consider hate speech. We're dealing with people that literally, if you say anything with a raised fucking voice, they would be like, you're being hateful. I'm done. I'm so done with it to the point that, like, if they kill this channel, I think I'm just going to go make a Rumble and just have a Rumble account. That would suck. Honestly, I just want YouTube to be good again. Either that or for YouTube to die so something else can be YouTube. YouTube, before Google bought it, was a completely different place. I want to get fucking Mad Bad Voodoo on here on a live chat sometime and fucking talk about the YouTube of yesteryear, because, like, he is one of the people that saw it back in its fucking heyday when I did, and, like, I don't know that many people that would talk to me that are around from that era. But it's fucking insane to see it now compared to then. I kind of feel like I should go back through my videos and fucking look for, like, crazy shit that they're gonna ding. But, you know, that's kind of like, when I kept making crazier and crazier shit and never got dings, I was like, okay, well, I guess we can just say whatever we want. And honestly, I think that makes a better show. And reality of the situation is, we can say whatever we want. This whole, like, anti-First Amendment shit in this country is fucking insane to me. It's all a bunch of these liberal twits that now that they have power, it's, oh, well, you can't just say whatever you want now. I mean, we fought for free speech for decades to be able to say whatever we wanted so that we could use it to gain power and then take away your ability to do what you like to do. I hate these liberal piss ants, man. I just want to be left alone, and, like, I would like it if the world would be more accepting of trans people. I'm glad that, I guess, somebody's spreading that message, but it seems like they're fucking, like, demons or some shit, so probably not good. Half of my thing with the trans thing is, like, I knew I was this since high school, for sure, because, like, until then, like, you don't really know what this is. Like, when I was younger than that, it was like, there's something, I don't know, whatever. And, in high school, I saw a trans woman, I was like, oh, okay, that's what's wrong with me. It, you know, basically, like, it explained the thought that was a possibility had never occurred to my mind, and it explained lots of other thoughts I had had over the years and other things, and basically it was like a big realization all at once. It wasn't like, oh my god, I have to go become a woman now. It was like, I think I might be that. And then, like, I don't know, there was a decade-long going back and forth about that shit. You know? It's not that I didn't know that I was, it's that I didn't know if I wanted to fucking tell the whole world about that shit. Because of all of this bullshit. Because of losing friends. Because of the whole gun community viewing me as some sort of a freak. And now I really just don't give a damn. Honestly, fuck all those motherfuckers. I just think it's possible to be trans and not be some sort of a fucking, I don't know, degenerate. I mean, I guess I am kind of a degenerate, but I'm not like one of the weirdos. I don't know how to put that. There's like a bunch of fucking pedophile weirdos and abusive people that latch on to the whole gay thing and the trans thing now, like it's like their thing too. And it pisses me off. Like, I think some of our laws about, like, 17 versus 18 or whatever, like, so I don't know about that shit. There seems to be a lot of fucking people that end up going to jail over some girl telling them something and then finding out later that that wasn't necessarily so. Seems that we could do something about that, because that's not the guy's fault. A few other things like that, where, like, I think there's legit places where the law is wrong, but it has nothing to do with, raping little kids. Like, if you look in California now, they're just, letting them in and out like a fucking revolving door. They put them into jail, they book them as sex offenders and whatever, and they just throw them back out on the streets. People serving less than a year for aggravated rape of a child. I don't know. Our country's going to hell. And that's why I'm making a Rumble account. I watched Gettysburg last night. I watched as much of Gods and Generals as I could, but like the first half of the disc or whatever was fucked up, so I ended up going back and I spent $2 more to get Gods and Generals and Gettysburg on 2 separate packages, and hopefully those will play better. And I got the Riddick movies with Gods and Generals and whatever. I got Pitch Black and the Chronicles of Riddick last night, and then today when I went back, I got the 3rd Riddick movie because I had more money. And I'm gonna have a Riddick marathon at some point. I like those movies. I was talking to my buddy Blazer about them, and the first thing he said was, I miss Pitch Black. I'm like, it's such a good movie. It's one of the best low-budget sci-fi things ever made. If you've never seen Pitch Black, Chronicles of Riddick is, they gave the guys who made Pitch Black money, and they made this crazy shit. I love it. And then the 3rd Riddick movie is, well, they'll never give us that kind of money again. So they did like a lower budget, like more modern effects kind of thing with a lot of computer shit in it. I don't know. It was good. You get to see Katie Sackhoff's titties, and she has nice, like, big mommy milkers, which is a terminology that I was unfamiliar with until, like, last night when someone told me that's what I have. And I'm like, okay. Thanks, I guess. Seriously, she has nice tits. Now I'm just thinking about Katie Sackhoff's tits. Let me here a minute. I have a thing for her and Major Carter from fucking Stargate. I don't know. I have like a thing for like short-haired, blonde, fucking whatever. I don't know. They're both fucking hot. I think they cast people like that in sci-fi for a reason. Like, they are casting to a demographic or something, and they know that there's, like, a certain select slice of the population that thinks Some slutty little blonde with big tits and short blonde hair is just hot as fuck. That's why I go with the long blonde hair. I like to give men a clear choice. No, I actually just prefer the longer hair, to be honest. And when you put your hair into a ponytail, then it's like a handle. Pro tip. I have men chasing after me. It's interesting. I'm like, what can you do for me? To be honest, I think the thing that men don't get about women is that you're probably not really doing anything in bed that they like anyway. So at the end of the day, they're gonna go use a fucking giant dildo and a fucking Hitachi magic wand and fucking just like, yeah. So what can you do for me? Like, you should like look good and like be a good kisser and shit, but like, I don't know. There's something wrong with, I hate to say men, but like, it's like our entire ecosystem is off or something. There's like a lowering of testosterone levels and other shit that I don't know how to explain really, other than maybe Alex Jones was right. But it's, you know, it's hard to find a man that can actually like fuck. And it's getting harder. Like 2 or 3 years ago, it was better. It was decidedly better. I think maybe this is the effect that COVID's had on us. Like, how do you know how fit the population is? Well, I go out and fuck all the people, so, you know, there's that. Yeah, it's not entirely true, but it's somewhat true. I don't know. I like boys. Men, whatever. Somewhere between 18 and 80. I don't really care. Big dicks. Honestly, it's weird fucking guys that are like younger than the mid-20s. They're weird. Like, unless they're trans girls for some reason, then it's just way, way hotter, but I don't know what the fuck that's about. It's probably because they're young and cute. And like the young and cute makes up for a lot of other shit. Like, that's half why I fell in love with Dakota. She was like this old soul, like Captain America traveling through time in the body of a 19-year-old trans woman. And when she met me, it was just like, well, hey. Like, I don't know. It was one of those. She kind of walked up and put her hand in my back pocket and didn't stop following me for probably a fucking year and a half. It was adorable. Oh, I'm kind of just getting now that like when people see me, like if you have mommy issues, I don't know, I'm kind of mommy. Like, I have really big tits, and I'm taller than you. And I'm pretty fucking cute. Not to, like, toot my own horn or anything, but, like, hormones are working. Fuck, man. I've been taking pills to, you know, help with some of this shit for about a year now. And there's a noticeable difference. I'm significantly more feminine. In fact, I honestly don't understand when I go out places or whatever, I occasionally still get a fucking, like, sir. And, like, I think it's because I'm tall or whatever, and, like, I don't worry about my voice as much as I should. Maybe I should just have more of the tits on display more. Because, like, I could do that. Just wear, like, more open tops. Maybe that would start getting me mams. But, I don't know. I look at my pictures and, like, I'm not a sir. At least I don't think. The guys of Tulsa tend to agree. I'd kind of like to find just one. But, like, honestly, I keep trying different people to see if I want to go on a second date, and I never do. I have high hopes for a couple people I'm talking to right now, though. There's a guy in Oklahoma City that, like... There's a guy in Oklahoma City that wants me to just come move in with him, which... That sounds fast and extreme or whatever, but, like... It's a whole thing. You don't understand? It's not like moving in together. It's like, hey, come spend a week here and, you know, all sorts of kinkiness. Kind of excited about that, though. They're, like, starting to transition, kind of, like, they're, like, 26. It'd be nice. Only thing is, I think they're, like, polyamorous. I don't know if that would work out long term. I don't like polyamorous shit. Like, it's one thing if, like, hey, you and I want to, like, date and be girlfriends or whatever, and, you know, we like guys, and it's easy enough to go find some big-dicked dude and, like, make his fucking wet dreams come true. Okay. We want to do that for fun, maybe. But as far as, like, having an ongoing relationship with another human being, other than just, you know, some quick fun for what, like, there's a distinct difference in my mind between us going and having a three-way with a guy for the kicks of it, basically, and it being a one-time thing and we don't ever see that person again, and forming some sort of, like, weird quad polycule thing where we all live together and we all fuck and whatever. Like, I don't know. That sounds great in theory, but it just, I do not enjoy such things. Maybe that's just me. In order to have the fun of the three-way, it kind of necessitates involving a third person. So that's why the, you know, hey, if that's what you want to do, that's the way I would do it. Past that, like, I don't know. An orgy might be fun, but, like, I've never done that. Trying to think of the most people I've ever had sex with at one time. I don't think I've ever had more than a three-way. It's hard enough to line up a three-way, to be honest. It's one of, like, the nice things about being a couple of trans girls dating, if you both like guys too, is that makes three-ways real easy. Because there's, like, a whole bunch of guys whose, like, wet dream is to, like, fuck lesbians. And then there's a bunch of guys whose wet dream is to fuck trans women. And there's a huge, ginormous, gigantic demographic of men that want the combo. And that's hard as shit to get. So it's just, like, you can get whatever dick you want whenever you want. That's kind of nice. I wouldn't do polyamorous. It's fucking crazy, man. Unless it was like, you know, you're gonna be like one husband and a bunch of wives or something like that. I could see that maybe working somehow. Because, like, there's one person that's, like, you know, driving the whip over the whole thing. But, like, even then, I think that man would be crazy. Guess it depends on what kind of wives you get. I keep offering guys like, hey, all I like to do is cook and clean and suck dick and get fucked. Does that sound like something that you'd like to have live with you? That is like my long-term pitch, though, is like, gee, wouldn't it be great? I'd love to have a fucking husband. Preferably a very wealthy, like, Saudi Arabian billionaire or something that could fund my, like, jihad against, like, I don't know. I would pick something ridiculous, because, like, if we picked the U.S. government, they would really not like that, probably. Have a jihad against, like, AutoZone. Makes me think of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. And there's like, they make a jihad tape. They like send it to, I guess, like the fish factory or some shit. And it burns down. We found this at the scene. Jihad tape. I keep looking, find somebody. Like, I don't want to be alone for forever. I miss having Dakota. I think if I had someone in my life, though, these videos would probably fall off the wayside. Ooh. I don't know. At this point, I think I would probably keep doing them. But I would have to, like, set time aside and pick one day of the week and just do a bunch of these and, yeah, something like that. Well, I don't remember what else we were talking about besides fucking, sex and whatnot. This is good weed. Let's go back to that. I don't know what the difference is exactly between this and the other shit I got, but like this is considerably better. Half of it is half of it is that the distillate is better, but I don't know. I also took a bit of a tolerance break before I went and bought the shit, and then I've been smoking horrible carts for so long. There's a bit of that too, so curious to see if this thing still gets me high tomorrow. Oh, at least this high. It's like I'm pretty fucking mellow right now. It seems like this is a much nicer high than the cheaper carts too. I would love to actually, like, let's get a lab. Let's do some testing and see what is the difference between these three things. Because you have the fruit flavored ones that kind of just suck in general. The cheap ones that get you fucked up that I don't think are that good for you for whatever reason. And then there's these that I'm smoking now, which, just based on how you feel after you smoke them, I think are actually much healthier for you. And this is where, like, I don't think I'm gonna smoke many of those other ones anymore. I bought fucking 3 of them, so I guess I'm gonna smoke those. Well, I could take them back and get another fucking cartel. That might be the move, you know. I need to spend some money on web gear next. I did kind of this time because I got like a ghillie hood and some fucking shit to do that crap. But I mean, I need like a set of suspenders, a 1911 mag pouch, and some canteen pouches. And maybe a first aid pouch. Like, fuck. I kind of need to do that shit and save up money towards a roof rack next go around. And then the one after that, do the roof rack. I'd like to get my web gear just done. Moon Tiger is it's where she is for now. Like, I need to spend more money on her, but it's going to be after these next few things, because like I need web gear done and I need my roof rack. And what we spent money on this week was getting a SIG red dot for Loki to replace the red dot that went to Moon Tiger. And that's kind of what I'd already planned to do that. And I don't know, I had some Amazon gift card shit to use and decided to use that and some of the leftover funds to fucking get the ghillie cobra hood thing, which I'm going to do a video on that thing. Like, I think if you're going to have a ghillie suit in your kit bag, this thing that I bought is the thing to have. It's basically just a hood and arms and a little bit of a back that has netting on it to do your own ghillie. It's like 35 to 40 bucks. You could probably make one, but honestly, for 35 to 40 bucks, why don't you buy one? You know, past web gear and car parts, I need to finish off Moon Tiger, and I need to get more AR-15 mags and ammunition. Good news is, really, the roof rack is the last have-to-buy car thing for a minute. Like, there's other shit I'd like to get, like the parachute and the fucking poles to do that shit and whatever. But it's not exactly high priority. Not until we get closer to camping or whatever. I'd rather spend money on primary weapon. I kind of figured that Loki is pretty much done. Like, aside from, hey, we're going to dump the better part of $1,000 into making Loki a slightly better version of itself, which we might do at some point, but it's not going to be any time in the near future, because we're basically doing that to Moon Tiger right now. But once we get done doing that to Moon Tiger and we have Loki at a place that I'm happy with it, you know, the SIG Flux Raider, I've kind of got everything I need for it, aside from maybe some 30 round mags out they make those. And yeah, most of the stuff I've got is like, we're getting to the point where like I'm not taking on any new projects, and all of my projects are getting to the point where they're getting close to completion. That's exciting. I need to do the build on the inside of the car, but I kind of want to get the roof rack and solar panel on first and get the hole drilled and all that in the roof. And to be honest, I kind of want to see if I'm going to buy another solar panel too. If I bought 100 water and could fit it on there, it would be dope. I might buy the 100 water just to have as a portable panel to power the fucking Blue Eddies. And it's one of those things that you could always have the 100 water thrown in on the bed, and you just deploy it in an optimal place to charge your other thing. And I don't even have the other solar unit yet, really, but like I kind of want to plan for it already and have it wired in and whatever. I guess I could just drill another hole at some point for it, but that seems stupid. Seems like that drilling a hole at all in the roof of a car is probably not the swiftest idea. So drilling multiple holes, think ahead. And this is where I build in the kitchen. I really want to think ahead on that shit too. There's like a whole bunch of shit that needs to all fit in the back end of that car, and I need to kind of play, origami or some shit with it. I don't know what the word is. Tetris with it. I've pretty well figured out that I'm going to mount the bed on a wooden platform kind of thing, like I was always kind of figuring, bolted to the seat bolts. But I'm going to do it off to one side or the other, and I've yet to decide which side that is. Probably going to go towards the passenger side so that the cargo space is on the driver's side, right? That's my thinking, is that like if I have a twin bed back there and it's pushed all the way to one side, there's like about a foot space there that you can do with stuff that you could fit like a mountain bike or something in if you wanted to. That's about how much space you'd have. And I think that's handy, at least to have that amount of storage space. Not that you'd necessarily have a mountain bike with you or whatever. I think that'd be kind of a waste. You could get mounts to mount that thing to the back end or some shit if you really wanted to have a mountain bike. Although that would be a pain in the ass with the kitchen being back there. Oh. There's so much shit that van needs. It's... At some point, I'm going to spend an ungodly amount of money fixing up that thing. But for now, finishing rifle projects is a higher priority because of possible law changes and possible bullshit and whatever. That's the more important thing right now. The car drives, and I've spent money on everything on it except for fixing doors and shit, which the issue is being able to get them open. The locking system on that car is all fucked up because someone replaced one of the doors, and then the rear door is just all torn apart for some reason. I'm gonna piece it back together and fix it. But it's all that shit's not exactly high priority, and it costs money. And I don't know. I don't know how many more months I'm gonna have to be doing like some living like a fucking pauper just to save money for fucking rifle parts. But I kind of figure I don't have it in me to do this again for Loki. And I need to do stuff for the car too, so like we're gonna start doing car projects as soon as Moon Tiger's fully finished and we have mags, at least for the AR-15s. Ammo we'll probably worry about after car shit, but I want to get mags taken care of. I keep going back and forth on what kind of magazines to get, but Lancers, I think I'm going to get a bunch of Lancer smoke mags. The smoke translucent. And then like a bunch of 30s and like a handful of 20s, and then I'm gonna get like a handful of D60s, I think, and that's gonna be it. I want to get some D60s to go with Moon Tiger and paint them to match her. I it's kind of meant to be like a pseudo light machine gun kind of thing. I was thinking about how many to get, and like if I had unlimited funds, I'd get like a half a dozen plus one in the gun. I don't think I'm gonna get that many. I think 3 will be pushing it. Drum mags are hard to carry around, but I do kind of envision that as a gun that's going to like be at an emplacement or something like that, probably with all of its drum mags. I guess like an Alamo gun. It's not the gun you carry around all your shit. I don't know. It's gonna be dope. I have so much ballistic advantage shit to order. I want to do bolt carrier group too, but like I don't know. I might get a PSA bolt carrier group. I was talking about getting a ballistic advantage one, but it's so much more fucking money. It would be nice to have it all be from the same people and matched up and whatever. It's one of those, I kind of wish now that I had got the 20-inch Bear Creek, because if I had done that, I don't think I would be doing this barrel upgrade bullshit. And I would have an H-bar, which has its downsides because it's heavy as fuck, but it would make sense, would it not? I think about that a lot. Basically, I could have just bought the other one. But I kind of think that like the Bear Creek fucking shit is not... It's not as swift. Like, it's not as nice as the Palmetto State stuff. And the Palmetto State stuff is U.S. government. That's what it looks like. It looks like U.S. government issued shit. It's made to, like, contractor quality level. The Bear Creek shit is made to some unknown spec, and some parts of it are probably considerably better, but, like, I question... I don't know. I'd like to see one tested. Maybe I should look up those videos. Honestly, I was trying to find that upper that I bought with a 20-inch government profile barrel when I bought the 16-inch. I couldn't find it. So I ended up getting this one and figuring out I'll replace it down the road. Because it's just a fucking Bear Creek anyway, and I probably am going to want a barrel upgrade at some point anyway. Those were my thoughts. So this is how we arrived at building a custom sniper rifle in the end of the world. It's not really a sniper rifle. It's like somewhere between an infantry rifle and like a squad automatic weapon designated marksman kind of thing. Which is honestly, I think, where your shit should be. Like, be able to shoot pretty good and be able to shoot quite a bit. Like, if you're going to pack a bunch of weight, pack more capabilities. The capabilities are ammunition and optics, really. A few other things, too, but, like, I keep going back and forth on my optic on Moon Tiger, and like I think it is what it is. And at least I have something that I know I trust. I don't know. I need to get Hollow Sun to swap me out a new fucking 403R if they'll do that. I don't know how their warranty works, but setting 12 on my Hollow Sun doesn't work right. That was the Hollow Sun that I bought to go on Tiger Queen at the start of COVID and all that bullshit. So that was like 2020. was 3 years ago, roughly. I bought that thing. Maybe like 2 3/4. And it's lived a pretty fucking hard life. And to be honest, the ones that I've gotten since this one are actually even better than the first one I got. I'm excited to see the SIG red dot that I got for Loki. I hope it is everything that I think it is going to be. It is a copy of an Aimpoint Comp M5 by SIG. It's called the Romeo 7S. And they make it a red dot or a green dot, so be careful. And I got it for 120 bucks on eBay. I think it's going to be an upgrade over my old Hollow Sun. Well, I'm going to start winding this up. But, I'm trying to think I spent any money on anything else, really. I spent entirely too much money on DVDs because I had some extra cash all of a sudden, and I wanted to watch Gods and Generals in Gettysburg. That's what I went there to find. I knew I'd be able to find those on DVD at vintage stock for probably almost nothing. And it was $5.99 for the combo pack. And then while I was looking, I saw another combo pack that was the Chronicles of Riddick and Pitch Black, also for $5.99. So I was like, fuck it, let's do that too. And when I had to go back today, I had to spend an extra $2 to get the different version of the Civil War movies. And I went ahead and got the other Riddick movie that I wanted to get but didn't get. So I don't know. I think all of those are pretty reasonable purchases. If we spent all of 8, we spent all 20 bucks, and really we have 2 long-ass Civil War movies, and then 3 Chronicles of Riddick movies, and a cartoon all on that shit. I like bang for the buck when it comes to entertainment, and this is all stuff that I love. Like, and it's all stuff that Blazer loved too. When I mentioned what I had bought to him, he was like, "Oh, that's awesome. I love all of those." Like, I hadn't watched the Civil War movies in forever, so I was a kid, and we talked about that for a while. But it's one of those that we both like a lot of the same shit. It's gonna make the fucking, like, the DVD wallet thing is like a half into the world DVD wallet, half, hey, while we're out camping or whatever, let's look through all the fucking movies I have in the camper van's fucking DVD library. It's fun to have a lot of options, and I've loaded in like Red Dawn and shit, so now having Civil War movies, I need to get like, I need to get some